back. So this is my wrap-up for the week of the books I read this week and what I plan to read coming up. For my treat this week, we made a giant Twinkie. Looks wonderful, right? And it's bursting with whatever the stuff is in the middle. There's a lot of it. Looks just like a Twinkie. It's a little browner though. Okay, so this week I did not finish a whole lot of books. I only finished 2 actually. So the book that I finished this week was The House on the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klum. This book was described to me as reading a warm hug, and I have to say that it completely lives up to that. It was delightful to read. It was fun. It was about friendship and found families, and just this guy that goes to this house for magical creatures. One of them is Satan. They call him Lucy, and he's just a cute little kid, even though he keeps saying he's gonna burn everybody and turn their insides on their outsides. He's actually quite delightful. But it had a lot of good messages about how you shouldn't judge people based on what you think that they should be, and you should give people a chance. And I enjoyed that the main character was an older person. He was in his 40s, and I thought that was nice to show that it's never too late for somebody to find where they belong. Right. The other book that I finished was called Doodle Art, and this was just a book that had little pictures in it to draw. It's kind of like making your own adult coloring book, and it was by Lana Carr. So those are the only 2 that I actually finished this week. The one book that I'm continuing to read is The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. This is probably why I haven't finished as many books this week, because this is big. This is like 1,200 pages. It's a lot. And it's taking me a minute to get through it, but I should be finished with it this week. And then I'll move on to something else. So this is the one that I plan to finish. The second one that I plan to finish this week is The Dark Prophecy, which is the second book in the Trials of Apollo by Rick Riordan. I have to say, I kind of wish that I had read Percy Jackson and whatever the Roman series is by Rick Riordan before this, because there's a lot of spoilers and there's a lot of things that I'm going, oh, I wish I knew something about this character, because it's trying to build on the knowledge of what you already know about them. But, I'll probably just read it. I've got the first 3 books on from Prime Reading, so they were free to borrow, so I will probably just read the first 3 and just be spoiled. The next book that I hope to finish is Swan Song by Robert McCammon. So I would say that this book, it's a horror book, and it reminds me a lot of The Stand by Stephen King, but it's not as good. And I mean, it's not horrible. There are some original parts in it, but there's so much that you can tell was taken directly from Stephen King that it almost kind of ruins it for me. I'm just kind of going, well, Stephen King did it better. So, but maybe the ending will be better than Stephen King's. Although I didn't really hate Stephen King's ending of The Stand, there were parts of it that I didn't quite understand why he did certain things. But that's okay. The last book that I'll should finish this week is Exile, which is the second book in the Keepers of the Lost City series by Shannon McGuire. Me and my kids are almost done with this, and I am enjoying it. I think we're all enjoying it. I think this one was better than the first one, but you can kind of see there was a lot of world building in the first one, and now you understand more of the world, so there's not as much, so it can get more into the story. Okay, and then next is going to be the books that I hope to start after I'm finished with the ones that I've just mentioned. So when I'm done with The Way of Kings, I'll pick up Blue Lily Blue by Maggie Stiefvater. This is the 3rd book in the Raven Boys series. I have heard that this is the best one, but I don't know a whole lot about it. I don't know what's going to happen next. This is one of those series I've avoided a lot of spoilers for, and I just want to find it out on my own. After I finish The Dark Prophecy, I'll pick up The Princess Bride by William Goldman. This is the book that I think the movie was based off of, or the book was based off the movie. I'm not sure, and we'll just see how it goes. I do like the movie, and I feel like it has aged pretty well, and so I just want to see what the book's like. And then after I'm done with Swan Song, I'll pick up Hyperion by Dan Simmons. This is a science fiction. There's aliens, there's other things, and again, I try not to go into books knowing too much about them. I like to find it out on my own. The one that my kid picked to read next, or to listen to next, was called Stranded by Jeff Probst, and he said it sounded like The Lord of the Flies. So, it's an Audible original, it's only like 2 hours long, and we'll get into that. And in the meantime, we'll eat a Twinkie, because they're amazing. Alright, thanks everybody for watching. Please like and subscribe.